$1 billion is entering the crypto space. What's up, guys? Blake here at Boost Portfolio. We are going to get into that, but before we do, make sure you check out the links below. Get in Telegram. That's where I give you all of our updates, access to my model portfolio, and also crypto news. So before we get into the money that's coming into the equation here, I want to talk a little bit about the price structure of Bitcoin and go into some of the technical details of really what's happening with price. So let's get into it. As you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And today I am using my lapel microphone, so we're going to see how this works out. So we have the Bitcoin daily chart pulled up here, and these two moving averages are the 10 period and the 20 period simple moving average, okay? So these are a little bit faster time frame, a little bit faster moving averages that I like to keep a close eye on. Helps me identify immediate trends, okay? We're going to talk a little bit more about long-term perspective and where I think Bitcoin's heading. But these are short-term, intermediate type of moving averages that I like to use for short-term trades. You know, we're talking anywhere from a handful of days to a few weeks. So the first moving average is the 10-period moving average, and we are hanging out above that 10-period moving average. We have about 4 days now that we're closing above the 10-period moving average, but you can also see we're smashed in between the 20-period and the 10-period moving average. We've actually touched the 20-period almost 3 times in the past 3 days. So this is acting as some steady resistance. This is going to be some tough resistance to break above. However, if we do break above that 20-period moving average and actually close above it, I know crypto markets open 24/7, but if we have a daily candle close above this 20-period moving average, which currently is right around $7,700, so keep a close eye on that 7,700 mark on Bitcoin. If we can close above that, I think that is going to signal a potential reversal here, and we could see a rally up to this upper trend line right around the 9,000 area. Now, we do have a MACD bullish crossover. The momentum is in the favor of the bulls. So, you know, right now, I would say the odds do favor the bulls over the bears over the short term. Now, we are kind of in a no man's land. This is kind of a chop zone. If you follow me on Telegram, you guys will know that yesterday I said, if you try to enter a trade in here, there's really no edge of a probability of the trade working in your favor or against you. That's really why we're just kind of being very patient. Now, a lot of traders will like to try to make something happen. That's not my style. I'm very patient. I like to wait for the market to tell me what it's about to do and not the other way around, me tell the market what I want it to do. So that's how I'm playing this. You guys know I got about 50% still in cash reserves. We did add a little bit of Bitcoin over the past few days, just because I do like that we are hanging out above this 10-period moving average with the bullish MACD. Now, if we start to close above the 20-day, you guys know I'll start to add to the position. So that's the technical thesis. That's my technical analysis on Bitcoin. Right now, we're still kind of hanging out in no man's land. No real advantage, long or short, in my opinion. No real edge of any sort of favor of probability working in your edge there. So be patient. Wait for a close above the 20-period moving average. If we can't close above that, expect to see some more downside. Now, I started this video off saying that $1 billion is coming into the marketplace and coming into crypto. And I want to start this off with something that I mentioned probably months ago about, well, not quite a few, maybe a few weeks ago, that I mentioned about a divergence. And I mentioned divergence with price and MACD, and I kind of tied that into another divergence that we're just seeing in the general marketplace of technology continuing to advance. In crypto, we're talking about technology continuing to advance and price not doing anything. Price trading down, price trading sideways, but we're still making those advancements in technology. Now, I want to bring you guys to a chart, Amazon. Okay, now, sure you're aware of what Amazon is. Today, Amazon's like the top performer of, you know, basically all technology stocks. If you were to start a portfolio, guarantee you would like to have Amazon in your portfolio. So Amazon today is trading at almost $1,700 a share. All right, so let's keep that into perspective. So what I want to do here is I want to go back in time to when Amazon went public. Okay, so Amazon went public back in '97, and they you could have got in on their ICO price around $1.50. Okay, now that was back in '97. Now, right after it IPO'd, it launched up to a high of around 85. Actually, that's 110. Okay, high of 110. All right, just from $1.50 to 110, from '97 to, let's say, the middle of 1999. All right, so we've had that nice explosion, you know, multiple X return, right? It's more than a 10X, right? So it went from $1 to $100, 100X return. After we had that big boom, we kind of sold off, okay, and it bottomed out right around $5, okay. So it went from $1.50 up to $110, back down to $5. And during this time, you know, we have to keep in mind the time frame of this, okay. Amazon, of what it is today, is completely different than what it was back in 1997, 1998. You have to think that even though prices were declining back in the early 2000s, okay, the infrastructure for Amazon to be great was being built. And what I mean by that was Amazon was kind of ahead of its time. Nobody really knew how powerful Amazon could be, and some of the innovations and some of the infrastructure that kind of laid the groundwork and the foundation for Amazon to be great are things like broadband internet. Okay, we have to think that this was just dial-up internet in here. Okay, this is all dial-up, and broadband started to come online in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. We started to have faster internet. Okay, also another thing, people were very afraid to put their credit card information on the internet. Nobody trusted it, but we had better technology with more encryption that made it quote-unquote safer for people to go ahead and put their financial information on the internet. People started to gain trust in that. So that's what I mean by infrastructure. We had safer forms of payment method over the internet. We also had faster internet speeds. And we also had people starting to list things and sell things on the internet. So this was infrastructure groundwork being built as price was decreasing. Okay, we went from a high of 110 all the way down to $5, but the technology for Amazon was being built. The infrastructure was being built. And, you know, you could have got in even in this area, right around $40 back in the mid 2000s. And even in the, you know, 2010, you still could have got in for around $130. And then we just saw this exponential growth of Amazon, where today it's at $1,700. Well, the reason why it's at $1,700 is because that framework, that foundation, was being built for Amazon to be great. The internet was getting faster. People were gaining more trust in the internet. People were able to pay for things online. Payment channels were created. Okay, so this infrastructure was being built. And that's one of the things that's going on, in my opinion, with cryptocurrency and blockchain, is that the infrastructure is being built. Okay, yes, prices are declining, but we're seeing a divergence between prices and technology and infrastructure. The infrastructure is being built, the groundwork is being laid, more exchanges opening up every single day, more wallets being opened up every single day, new technology coming out with interoperability, alliances being formed, partnerships being made, better tracing and tracking devices. Okay, the infrastructure is being built for blockchain, realistically, for blockchain to really prosper. Now, one of the things that I want to bring to your attention, and I started this video, $1 billion is coming into crypto, and I don't want to just hype you guys up. I want to bring actual factual evidence. This isn't anything new. I mean, this was 5 days ago, June 1st. Binance is going to launch a $1 billion fund. And basically what Binance plans to do is to launch this $1 billion fund and kind of have like an incubator for new tokens on their exchange. So that's a very positive sign. You know, we have a major exchange planning to put in $1 billion to help kind of incubate these new cryptos. Now, Huobi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, is also a really big exchange, and one of the things that they're launching, along with multiple other exchanges, this is just one example, Huobi is launching an exchange-traded cryptocurrency fund. So basically what this allows you to do, you can think of the S&P 500, you know, it's a basket of 500 stocks, and instead of trying to pinpoint and pick individual stocks and build your own portfolio, you can just kind of hit that easy button and get an index fund of some of the biggest companies in the world, like Apple, Amazon, get Facebook, Google, Netflix. You can get all of those stocks in one basket instead of trying to have to individually purchase all of those stocks. Well, the same thing is being created for crypto, and what this is going to allow people to do is basically just hit an easy button and say, okay, I don't really know what to invest in. I don't know if I should be in Bitcoin. I don't know if I should be in Ethereum. What are these altcoins about? I don't know if this is a platform or a blockchain or an application even. I don't know what I'm doing in crypto, but I know I want to be invested. And so let me hit this easy button, and I'm just going to be invested in just a basket of cryptocurrencies that this exchange thinks is a good pick. So that's what I mean by the infrastructure is being built. We're having more on-ramps, more highways for people to convert their fiat into crypto. One of the examples is a coin I'm actually very interested in, is Syscoin. And one of the things that I think is really interesting about them is they're actually eliminating the barrier for people to obtain and gather cryptocurrencies. What people are able to do on their platform is they can sell their goods and services directly peer-to-peer for crypto. So instead of saying, hey, I have this iPhone that I want to sell to you and I want $100, you could just say, I have this iPhone and I'm willing to accept 0.25 ETH for it, whatever it may be, and you can get paid in Ether and you send them the iPhone. So that creates that eliminates a barrier of entry to get crypto, because I think one of the barriers is really going through, putting an ACH debit into the exchange, going from fiat to the exchange to Bitcoin, from Bitcoin to the altcoins you want to do. That's a big process. Not to mention storing and securing your own crypto is another big process. So what I'm trying to make here, guys, the point I'm trying to make is that the infrastructure is being built. The technology is getting better. We have more and more of these blockchain companies that are coming out with awesome technology that we haven't even seen before. So, I know we look at these charts on a daily time frame, and we're trying to capitalize on price appreciation. But for those of you who are more interested in kind of the technology, the long-term approach, what blockchain can do, this is kind of where I see things going. Okay. So I hope this video was informative. I hope you found it beneficial. Keep in mind, we need to close above this 20-day moving average, right around the 7,700 mark. I think if we close above that, we'll likely see some more momentum, probably up until this 8,500 level. Okay, so that's how I would play that. Make sure you guys get in Telegram. That's where I give you alerts, access to my model portfolio. We have a great group growing. And thank you so much for all of you who follow. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell in the corner. Also helps me out just a little bit with my rankings and how I get ranked on YouTube. So once again, guys, thanks for following. See you again soon.